Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to Little Flames Oracle. My name is Trixie, and these two here are called Honey and Malt, who are kindly holding your cards today. So today I am using the Ukiyo Tarot deck, the Starseed Oracle, and the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. I do apologise actually for my voice sounding a bit croaky today. I have not been feeling very well lately, but I still managed to do today's reading, so that's good. We're on the right path to recovery, it seems. Anyway, if you like any of these decks that I use in today's readings or any readings of mine, the names will be in the description box, so I've got the name and who they're by. I get all of my decks on Amazon, so they should be relatively easy to obtain. However, I do not leave the links to Amazon in the description box because YouTube doesn't really like external links that much, and I don't really want to trouble them or anything like that. So anyway, if this reading found you today, remember to take only what resonates with you. This could be all of the message, but if something feels misaligned or wrong, please don't force it to fit your story. Just let your inner compass of wisdom guide you, and if you like this reading or feel called to hear more, don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's see what we have. For tarot, we have Nine of Wands, the World, Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Judgment, the Wheel, and Five of Cups. So it seems actually from first glance that we might be having trouble with, I think, pursuing our path, and also I'm getting that we're being unkind to ourselves. I'm getting quite a lot of bullying and unkindness, but it's more towards ourselves. I feel like maybe some of us have been a bit sort of doubting our path maybe, or perhaps we're going through a depressing time. It might be some of you are doing spiritual awakenings, and it might be that you're I feel like maybe some of you might be in the dark night stage or the void stage. The dark night stage, I remember, was very troubling, and it takes sometimes like years to heal all of our trauma and to sort of deprogram ourselves. So yeah, I think some of us might be going through a dark night phase of our spiritual awakening. Or just in general, if you're not going through a spiritual awakening, you might be unkind to yourself, or sort of doubting your abilities, let's just say. And I feel that the universe is kind of trying to slowly get us back on the path again. Like we're sort of straying away from it because we're too focused on the past at the moment. With the Five of Cups here, we've got someone grieving here over the loss of something. And the Nine of Wands is she's looking very tired here, you know, sitting down with all the wands behind her. She's done a lot of hard work, and I feel like some of you might be having trouble letting go, like letting go of an old version of yourself, or letting go of what we used to have or what used to be. Maybe we miss it. And if that's the case, I think universe here is trying to say that we need to have the courage to move forward, because what we're receiving or going to receive could actually be much better than what we had. And I'm getting, for some of you, it might improve a situation. I know quite a lot of us, we sort of fear change, or we don't like it that much because we like what we already have. We're kind of content with what we have already. But sometimes that can lead to being stagnant, and when we have those kinds of energies, it stops us from evolving or becoming better. I mean, could you imagine if suddenly the seasons stopped changing and the weather was out of balance? It'd be kind of like that. The seasons change because they need to. It's what helps new life come into existence, and it's what gives other things, or other beings even, a chance to rest and be at peace. So allowing change into our lives allows us to leave the things that we don't want behind and come into some new things that we do want. And also, you may be content with what you have already, but if you don't change your direction, or if you don't accept the change rather, it can lead to you never getting to experience something that you might actually like trying out different foods, for example. You may be content with your food palette at the moment. For example, you may like certain dishes, and you think, oh, I've got enough food dishes on my palette, I don't really want to explore other things. And I always feel that's kind of a shame, because you could be experiencing so many other dishes that you might actually like, but you're kind of content with what you have already, and so the new dishes that you might like never get to be part of your experience. And so I feel like this situation is kind of like that scenario. And I'm hoping as well that my examples or scenarios sort of help illustrate what the situation is like. But I feel like we're being unkind to ourselves, especially with the Five of Swords here, by not believing we can achieve something, or fearing that it might not work out, something will fail, or we can't achieve something because we're not good enough, when that is clearly not the case. We all have the capacity to do and achieve what we want. And with the World card here, I always get the saying, the world is at your feet, whenever I receive this card. Meaning, there is so much around you, so much to explore, to experience. And when we sort of stay in our little bubble of contentment, it brings in stagnant energy. And then we don't really receive the things that we do want, because in order to get some of the stuff that we want, we have to go through other things first. For example, if you wish to be braver, then the universe will send to you tasks to complete to become braver. If you want to be successful or something in your career, or something that you want to do, then you have to go through all of the training and the learning and the preparation and the journey. And a lot of people kind of expect the outcome straight away, and they don't really get a chance to experience and enjoy the journey, because they're so fixated on what isn't happening or what's going wrong at the time. So in this reading today, the universe is politely trying to tell you that you need to let go of these fears, worries and doubts, and believe in yourself, and focus on your outcome and enjoy the journey. For some of you, this is something really exciting that's happening for you. You finally get to go down a path of your own choosing. You've finally chosen yourself, because I believe that in order to become a chosen one, we have to first choose ourselves, and that by choosing ourselves, that makes us a chosen one. The wheel here as well, I always get the saying that the wheel is always turning, the seasons are always changing. So even though things may be bad at the moment, just know that this too shall pass, and that no suffering really lasts forever. Everything is always changing, the world is always changing, things are always evolving. Nothing will ever be the same. And so that's why it's always good to change with the world and with the universe. Otherwise, we're gonna get left behind. And although this is your decision to make, and you can stay behind if you like, the universe is saying that there may come a time where you become bored or stagnant, or you want things to change. And although you can wait until that happens, it just means that what you want to achieve will just take longer, because you're dragging your feet in the sand as the universe is trying to hold your hand and take you to where you need to be. You're sort of pulling against the universe and dragging your feet, and you don't really want to go down this path. And it's okay to be afraid. Fear is what makes us human. Fear is what makes us cautious. It's what makes us careful, thoughtful, empathic, sympathetic. And actually with the Queen of Cups here, I'm definitely getting empathy. Having empathy for others as well as yourself. So let's just have a look at the Oracle card. So we got, funnily enough, Empathic Starseed. I love that synchronicity. So this says, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So yes, some of you are still absorbing other people's energies. And actually, yesterday I had a discussion with a good friend of mine, how we talked about energy vampires and people who absorb your energy. and they feed off it, and they make you miserable in return. And the universe with this card is trying to say that we need to sever those ties. We need to stop absorbing what's not ours. Let's have a look at some of the animal cards as well. Oh, we got bee again. So there's bee for community. Pop that there. We got coyote for revealer of truth, which is that one there. We got fox, which stands for clever, or clever as a fox, I like that. Okay. And then the last two are raccoon for inventor. And then we got dolphin for play. I always like showing the animal cards because I find that animals are very helpful in receiving messages. Animals, in my opinion, are very kind and respectful. I'm getting that they're very intuitive because you know how dogs, for example, especially with the coyote here, which is in the dog family, they're very good at sniffing out the people who are sort of like the energy vampires that I was talking about, or who aren't very nice. And so I'm definitely getting like highly intuitive vibes. And we sort of need to take inspiration from that, I'm getting. So with B, we've got community. This is, you are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness, for you are the queen of abundance. So this is basically a message saying to believe in yourself. You have everything that you need on hand to succeed. You just need to believe in yourself and have the courage to move forward, because I feel like some of you are kind of fighting against the current. For coyote, we got revealer of truth. So this says, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. See, as I was saying before with the fear allows us to be careful and cautious so we can learn from our mistakes, and also to not take things too seriously. So make time to play and have fun and to relax. It's okay to be in the masculine energy of working and action and doing things like that, but we also kind of want to return back to the feminine energy of resting, relaxing, going with the flow, things like that. Then with fox, we've got clever as our keyword, and this says, you are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you, so be open to romance. So the be open to romance part, this could be interpreted in two ways. This could be a romantic relationship, or it could be having some more romance in your life, like more intimate self-care routines and such. Having more love for yourself as well. And remember to love yourself first before loving others. You know, set your boundaries, make sure you know what you want, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself. And again, I'm definitely getting a believe in yourself in the solutions to problems are easily found because you are swift and smart. So always listen to your instincts. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, your inner wisdom, because you have everything you need to go forward. Then next we've got raccoon, which the keyword is inventor. This says, decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So this I'm getting adaptation, that you can adapt to situations and things in your path. So whatever comes your way, you can adapt to fix a problem or to find a solution, things like that. And all you got to do is just decide on what it is you really want and then just go for it. And then lastly, we've got dolphin, which stands for play. That's our keyword. And it says, swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. dive into your wisdom and go with the flow. So yeah, definitely spend some time to yourself. Find what makes you happy and just spend a few moments to rest. And of course, you can remember the life that you used to have. You can reminisce on things, but don't get stuck in that nostalgia. Don't get stuck in the past. Always return to the present and move towards the future. And definitely go with the flow. Again, that's referring back to dragging your feet in the sand or fighting against the current. It's a very Taoist or Taoist viewpoint to go with the flow. Have a look at the art of Wu Wei. I'll pop that on the screen for you for how it's spelt. But it's a Taoist or Taoist belief. So that is your reading for today. I hope it makes sense. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to look after yourselves. Blessed be.